जननी जन्मभूमिश्च स्वर्गादपि गरीयसी।
Good morning and welcome to Sagarmatha Television. Sagarmatha is the Nepali name for Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world. It is also known as the rooftop of the world. Sagarmatha Television is the first Nepali television program ever to be produced and broadcasted outside of Nepal in the Nepalese history. Namaste, this is Indu Pokhrel, your host for today's program. Dear viewers, before we move further, let's learn another fact about Nepal. Did you all know that Nepal has 8 out of 10 of the highest mountains in the world? It includes Mount Everest, which is the tallest point on Earth, which is also known as Sagarmatha. That's interesting, isn't it? Now, as always, we would like to thank our supportive underwriters for making Sagarmatha Television possible in part. Welcome back to the program. As you all know, the first segment of our show is Vivid Sangalo. This segment includes the national song, news from Nepal and Nepalese living all around the world, community activities, entertainment, and much more. Well, viewers, let's not wait any further. Here's Vivid Sangalo presented to you by Mr. Bipin Raj Upreti.
नेपाली तारा बिग्रिए सारा विकृति बढेर हरायो आफ्नो भाषा र भेष जान्छ कि सडेर मान्छेले छाडे दान पुण्य गर्न बाहुनले छाडे वेद अड्डाले छोड्यो न्याय र निसाफ गर्जन छाड्यो मेघ नारीले छाडे चौबन्दी चोली पुरुषले टोपी कोट धनीले छाड्यो सामाजिक धर्म नदीले छाड्यो डोब गुरुले थाले विद्यालय बेच्न चेलीलाई के को डर किसानले छाडे गाई भैँसी पाल्न धरतीमा छैन मल व्यापारी थाले 2 नम्बर गर्न कानुनको कसलाई डर व्यापारी थाले 2 नम्बर गर्न कानुनको कसलाई डर रघुनाथ आचार्यद्वारा लिखित यही केही हरफहरू सहित आजको विविध सङ्गालो कार्यक्रमबाट म विपिन राज उप्रेतीको नमस्कार। आदरणीय दर्शकवृन्द, आज जुन 5 तारिक इस्वी सम्वत 2016 तदनुसार विक्रम सम्वत 2073 साल ज्येष्ठ 23 गते आइतबार औँसी तिथि। अब यहाँहरूलाई स्वागत छ आजको यो विविध सङ्गालो कार्यक्रममा। दर्शकवृन्द, आउनुहोस् आजको यो विविध सङ्गालो कार्यक्रम सुरु गरौँ सदाझैँ यो एउटा नेपाली राष्ट्रिय गीतबाट। यो थियो सगरमाथा टेलिभिजन नेपाल प्रतिनिधि सरिता लामिछानेबाट प्राप्त एउटा नेपाली राष्ट्रिय गीत। आदरणीय दर्शकवृन्द, सगरमाथा टेलिभिजन नेपालको इतिहासमा विदेशमा चलेको सबैभन्दा पहिलो नेपाली टेलिभिजन कार्यक्रम हो। सगरमाथा टेलिभिजन इस्वी सम्वत 1996 मा वर्ल्ड भ्यू टेलिभिजनमा सुरु भई अहिले एमएसजी नेटवर्क्सबाट डिसी क्षेत्रमा नियमित रूपमा प्रसारण भइरहेको छ, जुन स्याटेलाइट मार्फत अमेरिका भरि र वेबसाइट मार्फत संसारभरिका दर्शकहरू सामु पुगेको छ।
लाग्छ प्यारो गाउँ पाखा भी अगनीमा आमाको माया छ भन्छन् टाढा हुँदा मेरो मनमा नेपाल दर्शन
यो थियो हाम्रो दोस्रो प्रस्तुति नेपाल दर्शन टेलिभिजनको एक झलक। नेपाल दर्शन टेलिभिजन अर्थात् एनडीटीभी अहिले हरेक आइतबार दिउँसो 12 बजे अर्थात् यो कार्यक्रमको लगत्तै पछि यही एमएचजी नेटवर्क्समा प्रसारण हुँदैछ। नेपाल दर्शन टेलिभिजनको एक मुख्य उद्देश्य हो नेपालको परिचय विदेशीहरूलाई दिई उनीहरूलाई नेपाल घुम्न आकर्षण गर्नु अर्थात् नेपालको पर्यटन प्रवर्धनमा सहयोग पुर्याउनु। आदरणीय दर्शकवृन्द, गत हप्ता हामीले नेपालका लागि पूर्व अमेरिकी राजदूत स्कट एच डेलिसीसँगको कुराकानी राखेका थियौँ। त अब प्रस्तुत छ उक्त कुराकानीका बाँकी अंशहरू।
That since Nepal is in between two giant countries, it's like a sandwich. So how can grow Nepal? Just your wisdom.
Grow Nepal? Well, again, I don't think I've got much wisdom. I don't think I have a particular store of wisdom. I'm always happy to talk with partners, though. Secondly, too often, I heard Nepalis, they'll say to me, "Oh, okay, Garnet, what to do, Ambassador? Oh, we're like a yam between two boulders. There's nothing we can do."
Right.
Well, I think that's silly. Yes, you do have challenges. Yes, you have to be conscious of your big neighbors. But you have big neighbors who have also been willing to work with Nepal, who offer tremendous markets for Nepali goods. There are tremendous opportunities. You've got a youthful population, and with youth comes energy and creativity and innovation. There's so many things that can be done. But too many, and I say this with great respect, many of the Nepalis that I worked with in the private sector and in the business community would bemoan the challenges. Corruption's such a problem. Infrastructure, the electricity is bad. Unions, this is so hard. The politicians, if only the donors would do this. If only the government would do that. Then we can be successful. We can't wait for donors or government or sorting all this out. There were other Nepalis who looked at the world and said, yes, there are all these challenges. But there are opportunities here, there are opportunities for growth, there are opportunities for business. And they created good business models, whether it was for a regional airline, as one example that comes immediately to mind, in agriculture and other areas. And they said, you know what? Yes, there are those problems, but I've got a good business model, I'm going to pursue it. And they brought the energy and the commitment and the will, and they didn't worry about all the rest of the stuff. They just said, how can we make money? How can we build the future? And they did it. I think we need more of that attitude. We need that commitment, and this is when I was in Nepal in March. There was a workshop or a conference I attended called Inspire Nepal. And that was exactly the message, that Nepal can do this, that Nepalis can do this, and we spend too much time worrying about being a sandwich or a yam, and we don't worry enough about just being a successful country and successful businesses.
Nepal is having really difficult time with the neighbor, balancing neighbor, China and India, or that's just an excuse by the political party using?
I'm going to leave it to the political parties to explain that to the people of Nepal. Yeah, I'm not on the ground. I'm not following it as closely. At Sorway, we're trying to move where we have to always, of course, you have to be aware of the environment in which you work. You have to be aware of political realities. But much as I just said, people can't worry about being a yam or a sandwich. I can't worry about all of that stuff. If we're going to make a difference, if we're going to touch people's lives, if we're going to build that future, that stronger, safer, more resilient nation, then we just have to get out and do it. And we have to work at it and not worry about the rest of it. So I'm not going to. So I'm going to avoid that question a little bit.
Sure. Okay, let me go to economic development. What diaspora community need to do for Nepal to help in economic development of Nepal?
It's up to the diaspora community as to whether they're willing and whether they care enough about their nation of birth or their nation where their roots are to be participants. But I believe that they can be a tremendous influence and have a tremendous impact, bringing not just money. Money's always good, money for development, money, investment in economic growth, investment in business and opportunities in particular. But it's also expertise and the talent that many of the folks who live in the United States, for example, have developed over the years through their opportunities to study in the U.S., to work in the U.S. economy, to see different models for growth and for engagement and different business models, and to be able to bring some of that back to Nepal, to encourage and empower young people, to be mentors, to be entrepreneurs, to invest in Nepal's future. And I think that they can generate a return on their investment. I will be very candid with you. One of the great frustrations for me as an ambassador was in our efforts to engage the diaspora, we found people who voiced a willingness and a desire to help build Nepal, who cared about Nepal. Translating that will and desire into meaningful action, that was the challenge. And I did not see the robust role by the diaspora that I hoped that we might. And I recognize that many Nepalis in the U.S. are still building their future and putting their roots down, and I know that. But there are also many Nepalis in this country who over the past 50, 60 years have really become strong, capable, are very engaged, have deep roots in the United States, and who probably could explore those options for building partnerships. And if any of them would like to reach out to the Soarway Foundation and talk to me, I'd be happy to work with them to see what we can do together to build a better future for Nepal.
While you were there was a political crisis in Nepal for sure. But during that time, during that difficult time, as I say, did you do any long-term, for this economic development process in Nepal, or agenda, or any policy?
Long-term economic development and growth was central to what we did in Nepal, and it was reflected throughout, I think, our entire history of engagement in Nepal. And as I mentioned a minute ago, many of these things often get overlooked. Right? Addressing the health of a society is crucial for economic development. You don't grow well if you don't have a healthy population capable of being an active and engaged workforce, right? So, I mean, there was the work we did in health alone was part of economic growth and development. We did a tremendous amount in health. We did so much work in agriculture, including the effort to make the terai accessible many years ago. Again, this was all part of the long-term American engagement, fighting malaria, opening up the terai, creating that vast agricultural potential that the terai has for the country, and we've continued to work there. I mentioned earlier working with families on introduction of different crops, trying to increase the viability. We worked on supply chain issues, doing value added, on tea or on coffee or on beans, trying to help agriculture become a more, not just subsistence agriculture, small scale, but make it a true commercial and viable engagement for the people of Nepal. And we continue, I'm sure, I haven't looked lately at our development program, but I'm sure that agriculture remains central to this. The training that we did, the education that we did for young people to give them the skills, the entrepreneurial skills, to build and grow the economy. On so many levels, we were engaged on economic development and growth because we know that this is critical. You could get, even if you get the politics right, even if the politics aren't perfect, if people don't have jobs, if they don't have hope for the future, if they don't have food, you've got problems.
Right.
So we know that the politics, the issues of governance and human rights and democracy have to go hand in hand with economic growth, with addressing health issues, addressing education issues. We have had a holistic partnership and engagement. People tend to focus on the political, and that's okay, they can do that. But they should know that our partnership and engagement has gone on for years, and we have spent considerable sums dedicated to building that stronger society. So I'm still doing the same thing. I just do it from a different platform.
Right. During your ambassadorship and now, did you find any difference in government now and by then, Nepalese government?
I I have not been engaging the government directly for a few years now. I was ambassador in Uganda after I left Nepal, and I was focused on Uganda. And now I'm with the Sorway Foundation. We continue to track the political developments. It still seems, unfortunately, that the political process is still challenged and somewhat unsettled. And we know, of course, that even though the Constitution has been passed, the effort to truly structure now and begin to implement this process of creating a federal democratic republic remains a challenge. And that's going to be consuming. And I know that this is hard work. But equally, it seems that politicians still are caught up in this process of either focusing tremendous energy on either coming to power or staying in power once they get there. And if you end up spending the majority of your time struggling for that end, it doesn't leave a lot of time left over to be thinking about the issues of development, of economic growth, of disaster risk reduction. So it's an ongoing challenge, I think, for those who seek to govern, even very well-intentioned people, to really focus on critical policy issues and follow through with the policy and implement it. When your stay in office might be, a matter of months or a little over a year. We've seen so many governments come and go. This has made it hard, and I think it still is hard, and I think it's still one of the great constraints to making the rapid progress that we would like to see sometimes, and I think that's also why groups that continue to remain engaged, like the Sorway Foundation and many others, we aren't alone in this, but for those of us who are committed to remaining engaged, recognizing that the political winds are going to blow first north, then south, then east, then west, and all over the place, we'll let those political winds blow. We have to remain focused on the work that we are trying to do in partnership with the people of Nepal to build the future that they seek for themselves. And that's what we'll continue to do.
Honorable Ambassador, I don't know if you want to give this answer or not, but I wanted to ask you because since you work for a consular a long time and also 3 countries as an ambassador, Nepali people, they complain about U.S. non-immigrant visa process. Sometimes, visa officer does not even look the file, and we don't get treated fair. Fake applicant get the visa, but real applicant does not. Is there any kind of measure to measure that such a process?
I heard this all the time as ambassador. In every country that I served, just about, anyone who doesn't get a visa is absolutely convinced that the process is terrible and that it was unfair and unkind and all sorts of things. Everyone who gets a visa is very happy. They say, oh, they were very kind, this is all good.
Right.
You're never, I don't think there's anything that I could say that would necessarily convince someone who didn't get a visa that they got the hearing that they thought they should. And they all think that if only I could talk to the consul, for a little longer, like a half an hour or an hour, perhaps I could convince them. The reality is there's a tremendous volume of people who come through the door of any embassy, any consulate, every day seeking visas. We have a limited number of officers to address these issues. They have a limited amount of time. As with any process, is it perfect? Of course it isn't. But do I believe that these officers work tremendously hard, seek to make good and fair decisions consistent with U.S. law? And again, they have to enforce and reflect what our Congress has told them to do. It's not about making, opening the doors wide and, helping everyone to travel, though we seek to facilitate this process. We truly do. It's a hard job. And I know how hard it is. And I believe that our officers truly do care. I think that they truly do work hard at it. And I think that we get good results in the vast majority of cases. Sometimes that's not perfect. It never will be. But I want people to know that this isn't just something that people disregard, that we're callous about it, that we're indifferent. We're not, but they don't. Most folks have no idea of the complexity of the process, all the multitude of factors that our officers are required by law to consider, and how carefully they seek to address this to meet both the needs as imposed by Congress, to be respectful to the applicants, to manage a very difficult process well. It's hard. It really is.
Thank you, Ambassador. And I was not thinking that you will answer that since you're retired right now.
I am.
But the process.
But I'm proud. Listen, I'm proud of my people, and I think they really did do their best. And I'd be happy to talk in another setting and more length about the complexities. But I will just say, I understand the criticisms. I understand the frustrations. I understand why people think this and feel that way. I would say that I don't think that that's an accurate reflection of what our system is, but I understand how it's seen that way.
All right, let me go back and your vision, your support to Nepal, and your love. We like to very much thankful, appreciative.
Okay.
So I wanted to, I want you to know that Nepali community would like to help you, and how can diaspora community can help Survey Foundation or your mission in Nepal?
First thing they can do is go to both our website, which is, we're just about to launch a new website. It's a much improved website in the next week or so, and I'm really excited about that. Or go to our Facebook page, www. We're Soarway, SOARWAY.org. So on Facebook you can find us, on the internet you can find us. I would say to you, yes, donations, supporting us. I can promise you this, the money's going to be spent on Nepal. It's going to be spent well. We have partners on the ground that we trust that are not going to disappear with the money, who are going to spend it effectively, who will spend it with an impact, and we are going to touch lives and make a difference in Nepal. And we're committed to doing this in partnership with so many Nepali groups already. I also would say to you that while your support, your financial support is critical, we can't make a difference without money. And we're a charity. We have to go out and fundraise and hustle these funds every day. And we do that because we care about Nepal. I learned early on, you cannot be embarrassed to ask for help for a cause you believe in, and I believe in Nepal, and I'm willing to fight for Nepal. So we seek that. We seek volunteers. We seek people with expertise who can want to contribute perhaps their time, their energy. I need accountants to help us with with the tax filings. We need lawyers at times to help us with visas. We're bringing Sursuta over to do performances. Come to Sursuta's concert. Buy tickets. Reach out to me on our Facebook page or on our website. I answer my emails. I respond to people who post questions. If you seek to partner, if you've got ideas, share them with us, because we're always looking for new approaches. I don't believe we've got the market cornered on wisdom. There's a tremendous knowledge and ability in the Nepali community that we want to tap into. We want to build these partnerships, but we need you to engage. We can't do it alone. We can't.
Many different places by many Nepali organizations says that if they donate that money to government, it will not go to right place, or they have bad experience, or they talk about other organizations, Red Cross and this and that. The overhead is so high. What do you think that? How do you explain to our viewers that Survey Foundation will not use that money as a overhead?
No, I absolutely understand that concern. And here's the challenge. My goal is to keep our overhead, if at all possible, in single digits. Somewhere between 5 and 10%. When you're just starting out, if you've only got $20,000 to play with, your overhead is a bigger percentage of that, because we only have a very small office. I work from my home.
Sure.
I work out of my home. I drive my own car. I've got one cell phone that's Soarway, that we pay for from Soarway, but most everything I'm doing, a lot of it we do out of our own pocket. We don't have a huge staff. But we do need a structure as well. And what we have found is there are many groups that are volunteer groups that have been created, especially after the earthquake. And I applaud those groups. and it's great. And you can say, oh, we're a volunteer group, we're taking nothing. It'll all go to Nepal. But the challenge is that that volunteer group, a year from now, probably won't be there. Because people have jobs, and they have work that they have to do. And that volunteer group doesn't have the time and the resources to follow the money and to verify how it's being spent, and so they say, yes, we raise this money, let's give it to the Red Cross. And we don't know where. I mean, listen, please don't, that's not meant as anything against the Red Cross, which is a great organization. Sorway is focused exclusively on Nepal. We are talking all the time and sharing with people where we're spending the money, what projects we're funding. We're going to be putting up information on the results of the projects, the impact that we're going to have. Our goal, and yeah, I do see some organizations with overhead 30, 40, 50%. Even as a fledgling organization, our overhead is under 20%. This year, I think we'll have it down to between 10 and 15%. By next year, if we continue to grow, I want to have it under 10%. And the money that we spend on Nepal is going into Nepal, and we know this, and we know our partners on the ground.
Right.
And again, great respect for government, but we leave it to the big institutional donors and all the rest to do funding with government. We work with the people on the ground. We put the money where it's going to have an impact. And I'm very pleased with the model that we are working so far. I think we are making a difference when we partner with Cornell University and Empower Nepal Foundation and Mission Rebuild Nepal and Youth Found Nepal Youth Foundation and Mighty Nepal, and the list goes on and on.
Right.
These are folks who are going to have an impact and who I trust, and I think we can make a difference in Nepal. I think we already are, and we're already touching lives. And if at the end of the day I can say, we helped to build 1,000 homes, 1,000 transitional shelters.
Right.
It sheltered 4,000 or 5,000 people during the monsoon. This is a good thing. If we helped save a few lives with the medical mission to the Sum Valley, even if we saved one life, that's a life that we saved. That's a good thing.
Sure.
If we help 10 kids, 100 kids, 200 kids who were orphaned to stay with families and grow to be productive citizens of Nepal, we're investing in the future. I'm proud of the work we're doing.
Sure.
I want partners. I want your help. We need it. I am constantly asking people for help. It's my new role in life, and I accept that, and we'll keep doing it.
Honorable Ambassador, as I told you that Sagarmatha Television is the first Nepali television program ever produced and broadcasted outside of Nepal in the Nepalese history, and this has been airing since 1996 and 1997 on MSG networks, which is DC, Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, via direct broadcast and via satellites throughout the United States. And also this program will be available on sagarmathatv.us on the web. Having said that, if you have any thought or any left out to say Nepali community or other community about the Rebuilding Nepal and Shoreway Foundation, go ahead and let's do all yours.
Thank you, Ron. I'm sure I've forgotten already to mention certain partners that we're working with, because there's not a day that goes by that we aren't finding new ideas and new approaches and new ways to engage in Nepal. I think the most important thing we can do right now, though, I can't, and we can't always, determine the choices that governments make or the direction they go or how they use the resources. But as a small, nimble, and committed organization, I think we can work in partnership with those who care about Nepal to build a different future and to empower people and to give them a narrative of hope and to change the story of Nepal. That is something that we are committed to doing every day. Every day. I meet someone new, I talk to someone new who's got another idea, and we continue to build this and bring people together in a collaborative process that I hope will bring hope to the people of Nepal, in which we can play a role that we know at the end of the day, the future of Nepal rests in the hands of the people of Nepal. And I hope, though, that the Swarway Foundation, that the diaspora here in America, and many others who care about Nepal will join hands with us to help build a future that people will face with confidence rather than with fear. So please come to www.soarway.org on the web. Visit us on Facebook, SOARWAY. I hope you'll have a little banner trailing below me on the screen.
Sure.
But anyway, Ram, thank you. It's been an honor to be with you today and to be here, to be again on Sagarmatha TV.
Sure.
And I hope that people will join us in this effort. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ambassador, for coming to Sagarmatha Television studio today, taking your time off, a retired person, but you still have love to our Nepal, and it is our honor to have you here. And anything Sagarmatha Television and Nepal Darshan Television can help in your foundation or your project in Nepal, we love to do so.
I think we're going to be working together, my friend, as we go forward.
Let's love to do that.
Thank you very much.
Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.
उहाँ हुनुहुन्थ्यो नेपालका लागि पूर्व अमेरिकी राजदूत स्कट एच डेलिसी। आदरणीय दर्शकवृन्द, यहाँलाई थाहै छ कि सगरमाथा टेलिभिजनको एक मुख्य उद्देश्य हो नेपाली समुदायमा सेवा पुर्याउनु, जसमा हामीले ट्याक्स सम्बन्धी जानकारी, कानुनी परामर्श, मेडिकल टिप्स, धार्मिक जानकारी तथा अन्य कार्यक्रम प्रस्तुत गर्दै आएका छौँ। त्यसै अनुरूप अब पालो छ कानुनी परामर्शको, जसलाई प्रस्तुत गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ कानुनविद वन्दिता दाहाल।
नमस्कार। सगरमाथा टेलिभिजन हेर्नुहुने समस्त दर्शकवृन्दमा दाहाल एन्ड एसोसिएट्सका तर्फबाट म इमिग्रेसन एटर्नी वन्दिता दाहालको हार्दिक अभिवादन। सधैँ झैँ आज पनि केही जानकारीमूलक कार्यक्रम लिएर म उपस्थित भएकी छु र आजको विषय हामी अर्थात् नेपाली कम्युनिटीहरूलाई पर्ने केही इस्युजहरू, समस्याहरू र केही समाधानहरूको कुरा के त भन्दाखेरि इमिग्रेसनसँग आफूले युज गरेको एड्रेस कतिपय अवस्थामा चाहिँ कस्तो भएको छ भन्दा मेरो क्लायन्टहरूको धेरै कार्डहरू, जस्तो कि अब आफ्नो आएको कार्डहरू भयो, वर्क पर्मिटको कार्डहरू भयो, ग्रिन कार्डकै पनि कतिपय अवस्थामा चाहिँ मिसप्लेस भएको र आफूले चाहिँ पोस्टमा डेलिभर नभएको कुराहरू मसँग राख्नुहुन्छ। त्यसमा चाहिँ के छ त भन्दा आफूले कुन ठाउँको एड्रेस युज गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ, आफू जुन ठाउँमा बस्नु भएको छ, होम एड्रेस युजुअली कुनै पनि इमिग्रेसन पेपरमा चाहिँ आफ्नो होम एड्रेस युज गर्न पर्ने हुन्छ हैन। अनि युज गर्दाखेरि त्यो कति सिक्योर छ, त्यो कति सेफ छ, यहाँ बाहेक अरू को मान्छेको एक्सेसिबल छ, त्यो कुरा हेर्नुहोस्। र जहिले पनि हजुरले चाहिँ कुनै पनि अटर्नी राख्दाखेरि के हुन्छ त भन्दाखेरि यहाँले चाहिँ इमिग्रेसनसँग एउटा फर्म सबमिट गर्नुहुन्छ। त्यो फर्ममा चाहिँ आफ्नो एप्लिकेसन सँगसँगै एउटा फर्म हुन्छ। त्यो फर्मलाई चाहिँ G28 भनिन्छ। G28 भनेको म चाहिँ तपाईँको अटर्नी हुनको लागि तपाईँले मलाई अथोराइज गरेको पेपर जस्तो हो। G28 मा एउटा पोइन्ट हुन्छ, त्यसमा के हुन्छ नि मेरो कुनै पनि डकुमेन्ट्सहरू, मेरो कन्फिडेन्शियल डकुमेन्ट्सहरू अथवा DHS ले पठाउने मेरो कार्डहरू यो चाहिँ यो अटर्नीकोमा पठाउँदा हुन्छ भनेर सोधेको हुन्छ। त्यसमा चाहिँ तपाईँले हुन्छ मेरो अटर्नीकोमा यो डकुमेन्ट्स जाओस् भन्नुहुन्छ भने तपाईँको इन्फर्मेसन एउटा इम्पोर्टेन्ट इन्फर्मेसनहरू जस्तो सबैभन्दा जरुरी आफ्नो ग्रिन कार्ड भयो, वर्क पर्मिटको कुराहरू भयो, त्यो चाहिँ अटर्नीको एड्रेसमा जान्छ। तपाईँले आफ्नो होम एड्रेस भनेर चाहिँ PO बक्स चाहिँ युज नगर्नुहोस् है, बरु मेलिङ एड्रेस भनेर PO बक्स युज गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ हैन। त्यो सँगसँगै कतिवटा कुराहरू चाहिँ अब तपाईँको कुनै पनि इमिग्रेसनबाट कुनै पनि फर्म हामीले फर्म फिलअप गर्ने बित्तिकै जब उनीहरूले पैसा लिन्छ, जस्तो भनौँ हरेक एप्लिकेसन जुन कि इमिग्रेसनमा जान्छ त्यसमा त सर्टेन फीहरू हुन्छ। ह्युम्यानिटेरियन ग्राउन्डमा गएको फाइलहरू बाहेक जस्तो असाइलम र यु भिजाहरू बाहेक, भाभाहरू बाहेक अरूमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ त भन्दाखेरि उनीहरूले फी लिन्छ। फी लिइसकेपछि हामीलाई रिसिट पठाउँछ। रिसिटमा चाहिँ तपाईँको नेम र तपाईँको डेट अफ बर्थ पठाएको हुन्छ। त्यो एकचोटि भेरिफाई गर्नुहोस्, आफ्नो स्पेलिङहरू ठिक छ कि छैन, आफ्नो डेट अफ बर्थ ठिक छ कि छैन। त्यो गरेपछि यदि त्यसमा कुनै मिस्टेक छ भने चाहिँ त्यही बेलामा मिस्टेक करेक्ट गर्दाखेरि तपाईँहरूलाई सजिलो हुन्छ। जबकि कार्ड प्रिन्ट भएर आइसकेपछि चाहिँ तपाईँले त्यसको बियर गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। बल्छ कार्डमा चाहिँ तपाईँले चाहिँ फेरि रिप्रिन्ट गर्नको लागि फाइनेन्सियल बर्डन पर्ने हुन्छ हैन। हुन त यो सानो कुराहरू हो, तर यस्तो कुराहरूले चाहिँ के गर्छ भने तपाईँहरूलाई लङ रनमा हेल्प गर्छ। अनि यो सँगसँगै मैले चाहिँ अब जस्तो पेपरमा पनि भनौँ मतलब तपाईँको बुवा आमाले पनि तपाईँको जुन पिटिसनमा तपाईँले फिलअप गर्नुभएको छ होइन आफ्नो ग्रिन कार्ड भइसकेपछि आफ्नो सिटिजनसिप भइसकेपछि भोलि पर्सि बुवा आमालाई इन्भाइट गर्दाखेरि त्यसमा चाहिँ के भने तपाईँले पहिला राइट इन्फर्मेसन लेख्नुभयो भने उहाँहरूको एप्लिकेसन प्रोसेसमा पनि तपाईँले इफ यु आर प्लानिङ टु स्पोन्सर फर देम त्यो इन्फर्मेसनहरू पुल गर्नलाई तपाईँलाई सजिलो हुन्छ। अनि कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ एउटा के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि अब आफू अमेरिकामा आएर बसेको 5, 10, 15 वर्ष भइसक्यो, मैले चाहिँ के फिलअप गरेको थिएँ, मेरो चाहिँ के इन्फर्मेसन थियो त्यो बारेमा मलाई जानकारी छैन, मलाई चाहिँ मेरो डकुमेन्ट्सहरू हेर्नु पर्यो जस्तो तपाईँलाई लाग्छ भने एउटा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने फोया भन्ने एउटा प्रोसिजियर छ। फोया भनेको चाहिँ तपाईँको एउटा फ्रिडम अफ इन्फर्मेसन एक्ट अनुसार हरेक मान्छेलाई चाहिँ आफ्नो बारेमा पत्ता लगाउनको लागि यु आर युर अथोराइज टु डु द्याट, यु हेभ यर राइट टु डु द्याट है। फोयाको चाहिँ एप्लिकेसन भरेर तपाईँले युएससिआइएसमा पठाउनु भयो भने उनीहरूले युएससिआइएसमा होस् अथवा इमिग्रेसन कोर्टमा होस् उनीहरूले चाहिँ के गर्छ भने तपाईँको केसको स्ट्याटस, तपाईँको केसको सबै हिस्ट्री एउटा सिडीमा अथवा प्रिन्टेड फर्ममा चाहिँ तपाईँलाई पठाइदिन्छ। त्यसको चाहिँ चार्ज लाग्दैन अनलेस अब एकदमै ठुलो छ 25 पन्नाभन्दा बढीको छ केही छ भने चाहिँ उनीहरूले पर पेजको सर्टेन लेस देन $1 लिएर तपाईँलाई दिन्छ। तर त्यो चाहिँ तपाईँको राइट हो। यदि तपाईँले चाहिँ मेरो अब कतिजनाको चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ भने म कहाँ आएर मलाई पेपर गर्नु छ भन्नुभयो भने म चाहिँ जेनरली तपाईँको चाहिँ एउटा ए नम्बर भन्ने एउटा नम्बर हुन्छ, 9 डिजिट नम्बर हुन्छ। सबै जो मान्छे हामी जसलाई चाहिँ एज एन एलियन एज एन इमिग्रेन्ट यहाँ छिरेको हुन्छौँ त्यो नम्बर एउटालाई चाहिँ सिस्टममा राखेर खोज्न सकिन्छ। यो मान्छेको बारेमा कुनै पेन्डिङ केस छ कि छैन, यसको चाहिँ अरू के इन्फर्मेसन छ भनेर, कोर्ट हियरिङ छ कि छैन, के अर्डर गरिएको थियो, डिसिजन के भएको थियो भनेर। के गरी ए नम्बरबाट पत्ता लागेन भने चाहिँ मैले फोया गर्ने गरेको छु। त्यो भएपछि कस्तो हुन्छ भने आफूलाई भोलि पर्सि सरप्राइजेसहरू आउँदैन, तपाईँको बारेमा जानकारी मैले केस फाइल गर्नु अगाडि नै मलाई हुन्छ। सो त्यो इन्फर्मेसनहरू र यस्तै अन्य पनि जानकारी यदि हजुरलाई चाहिएको छ भने हजुरले सगरमाथा टेलिभिजनको थ्रु अथवा मलाई मेरै इमेल एड्रेस attorneybandita@gmail.com मा सम्पर्क गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। आजको लागि यति नै।
एकान्तमा तिम्रो तस्बिरलाई हेरेर यो हावालाई सोधी हेर न, मन भुलाए आकाशैमा तिम्रो रूपलाई कोरेर यो धरतीलाई सोधी हेर न। मन गुनगुनाउँछ गुनगुनाउँछ गुनगुनाउन देऊ तिम्रो त्यो सुरैमा, झन् रमाउँछ झन् रमाउन देऊ हरेक पलमा। के यो माया हो, के यो माया डोलाइरहे हरेक चोटि तिम्रो आँखामा डुबेर हराइरहे तिम्रो सोचमा, उडिरहे तिमीलाई सम्झी बादल पारीको देशमा, यो मुटुलाई सोधी हेर न। मन गुनगुनाउँछ गुनगुनाउँछ गुनगुनाउन देऊ तिम्रो त्यो सुरैमा, झन् रमाउँछ झन् रमाउन देऊ हरेक पलमा। के यो माया हो, के यो माया
Don't go away, we'll be back.
Sagarmatha Television.
Namaste, my name is Brisha Apreti and you're watching Sagarmatha Television. Keep watching.
अमेरिका नेपाल वुमेन्स एसोसिएसन अफ ग्रेटर वाशिङटन डीसीद्वारा सञ्चालित निशुल्क स्वास्थ्य शिविरमा डाक्टर महेश्वर वैद्य, आर्यन मन्जु सङ्ग्रौला तथा आर्यन सुनिता श्रेष्ठ सहितको टोलीले निशुल्क स्वास्थ्य सेवा उपलब्ध गराइरहेको हुँदा उक्त सेवाको उपयोग गर्न यस स्क्रिनमा भएका नम्बरहरूमा सम्पर्क गर्नुहोला।
Mana?
Nepal is a great place for tourism. I'm happy to tell you that America, especially the United States, ranks third in sending tourists to Nepal after India and China. One of the main reasons why people go to Nepal is definitely we have big mountains, huge mountains. It's not only that, Nepal is also a birthplace of Lord Gautam Buddha. We have one of the best highly competitive safaris in the world, especially in the southern part of Nepal. 24% of Nepal's land area are reserved for national parks. So, and then about 10 World Heritage sites are in Nepal. So there are numerous advantages of Nepal. So lots of tourists, not only from US but all over the world, they would like to go to Nepal. And thank you for coming to Nepal, and we hope to see more Americans going to Nepal in the future.
Tax Raja Accounting Management Associates. ट्याक्स राजा एकाउन्टिङ म्यानेजमेन्ट एसोसिएट्सका सेवाहरू 3 भिन्न ठाउँमा उपलब्ध छन्।
आदरणीय दर्शकवृन्द, हामी आजको यो विविध सङ्गालोको अन्त्यतिर आइपुगेका छौँ। सगरमाथा टेलिभिजन तथा नेपाल दर्शन टेलिभिजन तपाईहरूको सहयोग, सल्लाह, सुझाव तथा प्रतिक्रियाहरूको सधैँ अपेक्षा गर्दछ, जसका लागि हाम्रो ठेगाना हो सगरमाथा टेलिभिजन, PO Box 1400 लोटन भर्जिनिया 22079। हाम्रो इमेल ठेगाना हो info@nepaltvusa.com। हामीलाई फोन गर्न सक्नुहुनेछ। हाम्रो फोन नम्बर हो 703-926-9530। हवस् दर्शकवृन्द, अब यहाँहरू समक्ष नेपाल टुरिज्म बोर्डबाट प्राप्त नेपालका केही रमणीय दृश्यहरू प्रस्तुत गर्दै आजको यो विविध सङ्गालो कार्यक्रमबाट म विपिन राज उप्रेती बिदा चाहन्छु। आगामी कार्यक्रमसम्मका लागि बिदा दिनुहोस्। नमस्ते।
नमस्ते म सरिसा अलिकति तपाईँहरूले हुनुहुन्छ सगरमाथा टेलिभिजन
Sagarmatha Television.
Well, viewers, that's all for you today. We hope you've enjoyed today's episode of Sagarmatha Television. Stay tuned to watch Nepal Darshan Television right after this show, right here on M8Z Networks. Now, we would like to conclude today's program with this beautiful Nepali song. See you all next week. Until then, this is Indu Pokhrel saying goodbye and namaste.